Well, it's a brand new week and we back at it again. And I'm ready to get started and get on the charts, catch some pips, and be a profitable one, um, as we always expect it to be. All right. So let's go ahead and talk and do some chart overview with your boy Sir Hans Felix. You know the vibes, you know the voice. Let's go ahead and get straight to it. All right. I hope everybody had a great week. I know I did. I hope you had a great and even greater weekend. So let's get into it, man. So first and foremost, we're definitely going to be looking at, oh, sorry, I was looking at XRP, as you guys can see. Let's go ahead and get into my red list real quick and talk about your US 30. US 30. Let's go ahead and go to another chart. Okay. Boom. Let's talk about what went down last week versus what I'm anticipating this week. Let's go ahead and drop down to a time frame like the 2 hour. Okay, so first and foremost, I made a mistake last week and I had to pay for it. And I realized that this is something that happens often for me, especially when price goes to take out old highs and immediately changes course. And so here I thought maybe like price was gonna be continuing a little bit above. And honestly, I was trading outside my house too, so that did take a roll. I might have made a better decision and not just let this thing continuously run because when price does take out the intraday highs of the week, be it last week's highs, like this was last Tuesday's high right here. You bet not be in that. You better not be still in those buys. All right. So the reason why is like once price takes out liquidity, it will pull back. And sometimes you might think it's pulling back to continue, and instead it just keeps going all the way. And the thing is, when price takes out intraday highs of the week, that is your exit. That is your intraday exit if you are in an intraday trade. All right. So we live and we learn and we just get better. So if you're watching this and you didn't know that, learn from me. Okay. So let's carry on. Let's carry on. What else? What else? What else? So yeah, anticipating this week, we did see that price did push towards, a 4 hour high. And so right now, I'm not quite sure that price will continue buying. In fact, I believe that we have just pretty much transitioned into a bearish price action that could be going towards the previous lows to make a higher low so they can finally figure out if they're going to make a higher high or not. But truth be told, right now, I think from the way price action has been rejecting this supply zone, then it's evident that we might be seeing that price is going to be instead going down towards areas such as 39,000, maybe last Thursday, June 20th, they might stop right here. So only one way to find out though, once they do make it to a higher low, they will most likely sweep the lows or sweep the London on a Friday, which could be like a Thursday low or Thursday London that they'll sweep, or Thursday or Friday London in New York, and then they'll just start rallying up. So we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We'd rather just let price do its thing. But for now, for the first week, I definitely, the first days of the week, I definitely think what will most likely happen is we will see a sweep of the previous day or a sweep of the previous London and New York for them to run their price action. So we best be careful not to expect too much out of the buys they could be sweeping. All right, especially since when we're looking at the fundamentals for the week, we can see that whoa, let's get what's this? Let's get back into the regular schmegula. What is this? Oh wow. I guess there are different things about Forex Factory that we didn't know about. Let's get back here. I don't know how I ended up over there, but we back. Okay, so Um, we don't have much news for Monday. Oh, we do have some ISM manufacturing on at 10 in the morning. Okay. Let's not forget this is the week leading up to July 4th, Independence Day, but we do have Jerome Powell speaking, but not about, and this is not FOMC Wednesday, so don't get too carried away. All right, we do have JOLTS jobs opening. That does carry some volatility, especially when we're seeing like how much in jobs have been added. But for the past 2 months, it has not been the greatest. So that might have a negative impact on the dollar, but a positive push for the US Dow. So just be careful. The last time we had news like this on June 4th, let's go ahead and do a quick June 4th. Let's see. Okay, yeah, right here. Right when it was about 10 a.m., price did push, pulled back. And so it is much better to let them do what they do. And by 11, we could pretty much decide to get in the trade to 11, 12. And that's usually a much safer route to catch a really good setup off of US 30. Now keep in mind, price did look a bit like that um in June leading up to over here. And one thing about US 30, man, like they will look like they're bearish until they stop selling and instead like take out a Friday's low, and then all of a sudden they find that momentum that you were looking for. So, don't be too quick to call something a sell, um, you know, unless you see prices like actually breaking past Friday's lows here. And Friday's lows is sitting right there at 38,949. So we have our range for sure. All right. So this was last week's low range. We have to be careful not to over anticipate. So we have the high range, the low range, well, the low range and the high range. And so depending on how price sweeps and reverses, we'll definitely get to see how they do things. So let's not get too carried away and let's not get too hasty. Let the trades come to us. All right. Moving on. The same situation happened with Nas last Friday, and we did see that instead of making a new high, they instead went and took out above this candle, which pretty much caused the market to like rally back down. And so we might once again be going to retest this area. What is this area? That's Tuesday, and then this is Wednesday. So, we have room to see where price bounces off of. And then so they would definitely come back and start buying as they have been for Nas. So, let's not be too carried away and just wait for price to make it towards an area like this low here where we could see price buy back up if they need to. If not, then price will probably just like failure swing and still come back down. Okay, so we have remembered for sure due to last week's price action that if price cannot make a new high, they'll take out old highs and then pull back inside the range. So we have to be careful how we hold our trades. We need to exit a lot tighter. Moving into GBP USD, we can see on the 4-hour time frame price is respecting this low. So they will more than likely in the beginning of the week push their way back up to make a lower high. And if they cannot break past last week's highs here or they just sweep up, I will definitely be interested in taking a sell because price is low key trying to make itself known that it's looking to sweep and sell back down and redistribute to the bottom and find itself, lows from May. This is what is seeming to be the case. All right. Um, Gold did respect this low and bought back up. And last Friday, instead of buying higher, they just literally took out Tuesday's highs. I got caught up in that, and they did a whole New York reversal, pulled back within the range. And honestly, had I taken this setup and uh, caught them as they pulled back in, I would have made a really good profit. And I did not see it that way until later, and I had to close my losses. Now, I do believe that price could bounce off of last Friday's lows, and if that is what they do and they sweep, we could see price pushing back higher into the 2360s before potentially selling off a little bit lower into discounted demand areas. As we can see, this has not been unfamiliar. We saw that this has happened before. We can see that price likes to buy and Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday takes out Thursday off the highs here. And you better not be in that buy because they're going to be selling off from supply. All right. So you got to be mindful and observant to the way they be doing these type of things. Look at Thursday on June 20th. Same crap. Pushed it up on Friday, took out Thursday, and sold. So we gotta definitely pay attention to how they doing these type of things. Even if maybe we catch price buying crazy in the beginning of the week up until the Thursday, but when Friday comes, you just never know how that might play out. They might just keep repeating the same patterns over and over again. So if we go back and we check on Forex Factory, we can see that there might be more news throughout the week. And of course, there is because this is indeed the first week of another month, which bum, 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 NFP Friday. So it would make a lot of sense that something like that happens and brings in all kinds of pips. I'm looking forward to seeing something like that for sure. All right, so Euro USD definitely has picked up some strength. I do believe that price will be making its way towards supply as well. So we're waiting on a retracement and a continuation to the upside. This could be a Friday to Tuesday strategy, which would help us see if price pulls back deep into Friday or something like that. Then we wouldn't have our swing for 24 to 48 hours. That itself is a high quality setup that we could be anticipating. Um, I'm gonna stop right there. These are the main pairs that I'm paying attention to. Uh, GJ just keeps pushing, and so does UJ. So, if I were you and you're looking for a good swing pair to take advantage of, you definitely want to uh, cost average positions with uh with UJ. The way things are looking, we seem to be heading towards 163 and beyond. Yeah, I don't see things slowing down anytime soon. So definitely a good pair to trade at the moment. You just got to put a conservative or moderate lot size and let that thing rock. You just never know how things might play out. We might even reach 168 for real. And with me saying that, I'm gonna start planning to swing trade um UJ as seeing the potential is not slowing down anytime soon. I thought it would be slowing down at 157. It didn't. I thought it would be slowing down at 159 or 160. It's not. So it's time to start swing trading UJ and stop sitting back and watching it. Okay. So overall, I think this is pretty much a good breakdown. And let's catch some pips and be profitable. And let's have a great week. Sir Hans Felix signing out. Thank you. Peace, love, and blessings.